constantly overthink what people might think of you. You replay conversations in your head, wondering if you might have said something wrong. You're analyzing everything about conversations, about the way you look, or even if you have those wild dreams like starting a YouTube channel, being a content creator. You are paralyzed by the fear of people judging you. Well, then this video is exactly for you. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why your brain is so obsessed with other people's opinions. And I'll give you a clear framework on how to change that so that other people's concerns and opinions are no longer stopping you from living the life you want. And the advice you're going to see online is often, oh, just don't care, people's opinions doesn't matter. But that's not in our nature. We were programmed literally to care what other people think about us. Back in the caveman days, that meant survival, but you no longer need to be accepted by other people. You no longer need the opinions of other people to survive. So I'm gonna split this video up into 3 parts. The first one is gonna be your mindset shift, a reframe, then actionable steps, and the last thing is integration. The first thing, there's a lot of misconception about not caring what other people might think because a lot of people think that this is shallow and selfish. As I said, from an evolutionary point of view, we needed this. We needed this emotion to survive because being rejected by your tribe was literally life-threatening. And so our brains developed a very simple rule. Belonging and acceptance means safety, but rejection means danger. Modern life is very different and our brain didn't get the software update. So your modern tribe is going to be your peers, it's going to be your classmates, it's going to be your family, but your nervous system still treats rejection as a threat. And neuroscience shows that social rejection activates the same part of your brain as actual physical pain. And we can't really blame our brains because they are just trying to keep us alive. But our job in this video is to update that software. So for the framework, I'm going to be using 4 different pillars. First step is seeing whose opinions you're actually scared of. When you say, I care what people think, whose exactly opinion are you scared of? Because it's definitely not the whole world. Like that friend who secretly loves to judge people, an ex who would love to see you fail, a parent who doesn't think that your dreams are realistic, or it's those old classmates from high school who just sit around in group chats and make fun of people instead of actually doing something with their own lives. Because let me ask you, when it comes to, for example, making YouTube, you're never scared of what complete strangers online might think, right? Always, what if people who already know me think I'm cringe? And here's the truth. Those people, they're not your audience. They're not the one paying your bills and they're not the ones living your life. It is such a disrespect to yourself to be releasing dreams and not following your dreams and goals because of other people. Are you really gonna give their opinion such a big power? Because that's what these people want. Those people who are gonna judge you, make fun of you, laugh at you, or criticize you, this is what they want. The result that you're giving them by not doing the things that you wanna do, by not living the life you wanna live, you are giving them so much power. Do I want this person to actually be the reason my dream does not come true? Think about it like this. You realize how a bad trade-off this is. Pillar number 2 is calming your nervous system around judgment. You cannot mindset your way around from panic. You cannot mindset your way out of panic. If every time you think, your body starts panicking, you feel a tight chest, your heart starts beating really fast, you find it really hard to breathe, you feel nauseous. This all is a stress response that you need to get a grip on. So next time, if you're feeling this panic, this is what you're gonna do instead. First thing is you're gonna name the reaction. Blame it on your brain. Like, that's just my brain trying to, keep me alive. That's fine. I will survive. This is not something that I cannot survive. Name the feeling, because that can often help us so much if we just call that feeling out for what it actually is. It's just a survival mechanism. But if these people laugh or judge me, it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna survive. That's just my brain trying to survive. But my brain is very outdated. The second thing you're gonna do is bring your awareness back to you, which you're gonna do by breath work. Whether it is just a couple of deep breaths, or whether it is the box method where you just inhale for 4, hold for 4, release for 4, and then again hold for 4, or if it's just, taking a deep breath in, holding it for like 10 seconds or as long as you can, and then a slow, long exhale. I have a lot of videos on nervous system. I actually have, when was it? I think it's a few videos back, like 2 or 3. I made a whole video on resetting your nervous system for free and science-backed. So I will leave it down below where I talk a lot about anxiety and panic. But just the third thing that I want to mention here is, again, grounding yourself. So just releasing those shoulders a little bit, unclenching that jaw. That is something that I do all the time. Just feeling how your feet feel on the ground. What do you see? What do you hear? What can you smell? And bring that awareness back to yourself. When we are scared of being judged, or when we are, scared of what people might think about us, we shift all our focus on them. You need to bring that focus back to yourself. Pillar number 3, and you're gonna hate me for this, but it is exposure therapy. So doing small visibility experiments and pushing your comfort zone further and further away. Because this is not an overnight thing. You're not gonna suddenly wake up and not care what people think about you. Eventually, you're gonna have to do something to push yourself out of that comfort zone. And once you see that nothing terrible happened, that's when you're gonna realize that it is fine. For example, for me, I actually still to this day kind of keep this channel on the low. I haven't told that many people from my circle, and I didn't post it on my Instagram yet. Of course, my parents know about it, and my dad told his family, and I didn't know anybody knew, and we were at a wedding, and my cousin, he came up to me and was like, "Oh, I heard that you're a YouTuber now." And I was like, "Oh my God." So my dad just told the whole family, and I had no idea that they knew, and I felt really embarrassed. But guess what? They were like, "Oh, amazing, great for you." That's it. And we never spoke about it anymore. They were like, "Oh, that's great. That's amazing. I know that you have really good English. That's great." And nothing bad happened. So start with really small things. If it's, let's say that you want to become a content creator, okay? Don't tell yourself that you're gonna post every single day. That is just gonna overwhelm you. Post one video. Maybe first it's gonna be, with your face. And then it can be a clip of you doing voiceover. And then it can be a clip of you talking to the camera. Slowly build up. When you start with tiny experiments, that will signal to your brain that you are safe and that you are okay. Because the point here is not perfection, but the point here is to build evidence. Evidence to your brain and to yourself that everything is gonna be okay. Someone didn't like what I wore today and I survived. And you're actually gonna find out that a lot of people actually love it. The same was with me was with YouTube, where I really thought that, the people that are gonna find out about it are not gonna really like it, whether it was my partner, my parents, or like my really close friends. And they are my biggest supporters. And our moms were right, because the people who make fun of you and criticize you and judge you, they're always the people who are jealous of you. People who are gonna laugh at you for posting videos online, they're the ones who are secretly jealous because they don't have the guts to do that. They wish they could do that. A person who is successful, a person who is doing something, will never, ever laugh at you, because all those people that you admire, whether it is their confidence, whether it is their YouTube channel, their business, their anything that it is, they started exactly where you are starting. And think about it. If those people are gonna talk, give them the topic. If they're gonna, wanna talk about you behind your back, then you better serve them a big platter of news and topics to talk about. And unfortunately, we live in a world where people are gonna make fun of you whether you're not doing anything or whether you're doing something. And you can't really, please all people. People are going to criticize you and judge you for not doing anything with your life. And people are going to criticize you and judge you at the beginning when you want to do something. Which side are you going to pick? You're going to pick the side where at least if people are going to talk, you're going to be achieving your dream. You need to grow your self-trust, and you need to signal to your amygdala, your fear center of your brain, that it is okay. You did it and you didn't die. And as you show yourself more and more that you can do those things, your prefrontal cortex is going to gain more control over those emotional reactions. So you won't be that stressed anymore. You won't get panicky every time. Fourth pillar is building an internal approval system. So right now you're sitting at the point where you're thinking, do they approve of me? Do they like me? Do they like my work? But you need to reframe this and think of it, do I approve of my life? And a few ways to start is start defining your value in one sentence. For example, growth. I want to keep evolving emotionally and mentally. Courage. I want to choose what's right over what's easy. Because it is easy to listen to that little voice in your head that's telling you, oh, no, they're gonna maybe think something bad about you, maybe. And that's the second thing. Maybe they're gonna think that. You don't even know, because I can promise you, the majority of people are too focused on themselves to even have the time in the day to care what other people are doing. And before you make a decision, ask yourself, is this aligned with my values? Or am I just avoiding judgment? Instead of thinking, did I embarrass myself today again? Think of it, did I follow my values? Did I work on myself? Did I make one step towards my future, towards my goals, towards my dreams? Did I do something that my future self will thank me for? And write it down. Write down, whose opinions do you actually should be caring about, which is yourself, your past self, maybe your future self, and perhaps your closest circle. By that, I mean actual people who you know care about you, who love you, who nurture you. Because I know how my best friends are going to react, because my best friends are very supportive. They watch my videos, they give me feedback. Even my boyfriend, he loves my videos, he supports me. He watches my videos, and yes, sometimes he tells me, look, this is something that I think you could improve, but I know that I would never be judged by them. So make a short list of the opinions you care and you trust. Some people are going to tell you this and that just because they want you to fail. But then you actually have people who actually care about you. So they're going to give you feedback. But everyone else should be background noise. So let's make this whole lesson practical. If you do only one thing this week, let this be it. Do one small tiny thing the old you wouldn't do because she was so scared of what other people might think. You have the video ready on your computer or phone to be posted. This is your sign to post it. Is there a beautiful dress that you have in your closet, but you're scared that it's too much? Wear that dress. And before you do these small actionable steps, remind yourself, this is not danger. This is just my brain running on an old software. Just because it's uncomfortable does not mean that it's bad. Regulate your nervous system. Do those breath works. Do those grounding techniques. Shift your focus back to yourself. And when you do those things, come back home, sit down, and journal about it. Write down, if I did not care at all what people thought about me, what would I do right now? Ask yourself, write down, how would my life change in the next 3 years if I did not care about people's opinions anymore? Whenever there is a situation where you are deciding on whether to listen to yourself or other people's opinions, think about this. Will their opinion matter 5 years down the line? No. When you succeed, will you care about those people's opinions? You actually are going to forget about those people's opinions, and you're going to have to choose your uncomfortable. You can either be uncomfortable for the next few weeks, maybe months, or even a few just moments, or you can be uncomfortable for the rest of your life. Anyways, my loves, that is all for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. It is something that I've been sitting on for so long because I know that a lot of you are battling with this. I see those comments. I just wanted to make this video because none of you deserve to put your dreams and your goals on hold just because of some stupid opinions. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this. Comment down below what you took away from this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out my social media links, and also check out my Substack where I will be posting way more often. I want to do like essays of my videos, but in like a I just want to, do more, go more deeper in there because I feel like I can just write myself out. So, yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.